Maging matiyaga upang matuto dito sa aking channel, Sir Jones. Good day everyone. Our topic is about the types of decimal numbers. This is a week 8 lesson 1 of our grade 6 learners. So aalamin natin ngayon ang iba't ibang klase ng decimals. First, we have these terminating decimals. The word terminate means end or stop. So ibig sabihin, kapag narinig natin yung terminate, ito ay may katapusan or may paghinto, may pagtigil. Okay? Example, sabi dito, decimals that end after a few places is called a terminating decimal. If you notice, based on the examples given, we have 0 and 25 hundredths, 1 and 33 hundredths, 12 and 1/10, 0.123 or 123 thousandths. Lahat sila ay natapos after the last given digits. Okay? So kapag natapos, sabi nga natin, ay ang tawag sa kanya ay terminating decimal. Next, we have this non-terminating decimal. Kung may terminating, may non-terminating. Obviously, kung ang terminating ay natatapos, ang non-terminating naman ay hindi. Kasi based on the given definition here, decimals that do not end or terminate. So ito daw yung mga decimals na kung saan ay hindi natatapos. They go on forever. Yun, may forever. Example of a non-terminating decimal ay yung value ng p or pi na palagi nating ginagamit. Use tayo na ang p or pi ay 3.14. Pero yung iba sinasabi it's 3.1416. But actually it is 3.1415926 ellipses. Anong ibig sabihin ng ellipses? Yung 3 dots after ng 6. Kita nyo? So ang basa doon sa tatlong tuldok ay ellipses. Another example of a non-terminating decimal or decimals ay itong tinatawag nating irrational numbers. When we say irrational numbers, these are numbers that when written as a decimal does not end and never repeats. Ibig sabihin, kapag daw isinulat natin itong irrational number as decimal, ito ay dire-diretso, hindi natatapos. At the same time, hindi nauulit. Okay? So, ano ba yung example ng irrational number? Kadalasan, ito yung mga square root ng hindi perfect square. Like, for example, square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, square root of 7. Okay? And so on. Well, syempre pa, pwede rin naman yung mga cube roots na kung saan ay not perfect cube. Okay? Same with the fourth root, fifth root, and so on. Okay? Basta hindi perfect nth root. Okay? Now, we also have this what you call repeating decimals. So, nabanggit ko kanina doon sa non-terminating, dire-diretso, tapos hindi nauulit. So, meron pala tayong tinatawag na repeating decimals. From the word repeat, edi malamang ito ay nauulit. But from here, we have defined that it is a non-terminating decimals that have a repeating pattern of the same number. Well, pag sinabing repeating decimals, may dalawang klase ito. One is pure and the other is mixed. Pag sinabing pure repeating decimals, lahat ng decimal parts ay naulit o nauulit. Pag sinabi namang mixed repeating decimal, only the last part or parts ang pwedeng maulit. Ibig sabihin, may bahagi na decimal part na hindi naulit. Kaya siya tinawag na mixed repeating decimal. Example, 0.333 ellipses. Pwede siyang isulat as 0.3 then with bar on top. Same with 0.123, 123, 123 ellipses. Pwede natin siyang i-rewrite as 0.123 then with bar on top. If you notice, yung first two examples, lahat ng decimal parts ay inulit kasi may guhit. Walang naiwan sa decimal part na hindi na ulit. Ito yung sinasabi nating pure repeating decimal. While example number 3, 2.3555 ellipses, pag inire-write natin, pwede siyang 2.3 then 5 with bar on top. Alin lang ang may bar on top? Yun lamang 5. Samantalang yung 3, hindi naman naulit. So, ito yung sinasabi nating mixed repeating decimal. Kung saan, yung decimal part ay merong portion na hindi naulit. Tapos, meron ding naulit. So, mixed repeating decimal. Okay? Now, as additional info, ang tawag dun sa guhit on top na inilalagay sa number ay vinculum. Ano naman itong vinculum? It is a horizontal line placed over an expression to show that everything below the line is one group. So, it's everything. Pasensya na, typographical error. Nakalimutan ang victory between the two E's. Okay? So, ito yung symbol na ginagamit kapag gusto nating ma-identify kung ang digit or digits ay naulit o hindi. Ayos? Okay. So, these are the types of decimal numbers. Okay? Ayos. This time, let us solve and identify if the decimal quotient is a terminating or repeating decimal. Sabi natin kanina, pag sinabing terminating, dapat natatapos. At pagka ito ay repeating, dire-diretso. So, tingnan natin. Is 3 divided by 20 a terminating decimal or repeating decimal? So, syempre pa, i-divide natin ang 3 by 20. 3 ang nasa loob, 20 ang nasa labas. So, how many group of 20 are there in 3? Obviously, wala. Kaya lalagyan natin ng 0 on top. Then, after this, put a decimal point after nung 3 and add 0. So, our new problem now is 30 divided by 20. How many group of 20 in 30? Meron tayong isa. 1 times 20, it is 20. Then subtract 30 and 20. So 0 minus 0, the answer is 0. 3 minus 2, the answer is 1. Meaning 30 minus 20 is 10. Then 10 divided by 20, obvious, wala, diba? But again, we can add 0. Okay? Then bring it down. It is now 100 divided by 20. So how many groups of 20 are there in 100? Very obvious, it's 5, while 5 times 20 is 100. And then subtract 100 by 100, the difference is 0. If you notice, ang difference sa huli ay 0. Ibig sabihin, there is no remainder. At dahil wala siyang remainder, then we can consider the decimal quotient here as a terminating decimal. Yun. Ibig sabihin pala, kapag ang remainder ay 0 o wala siyang remainder, pwedeng ang decimal natin ay matawag na terminating decimal. Okay? Next. 9 divided by 40. Is 9 divided by 40 quotient a terminating or repeating decimal? Okay? Tingnan natin. 9 divided by 40. 9 ang nasa loob, 40 ang nasa labas. How many group of 40 are there in 9? Of course, wala. So, put a decimal point, then add 0. Okay? How many group of 40 in 90 or groups of 40 in 90? Of course, dalawa. 2 times 40 is 80. Okay? Then 90 minus 80, we have 0 minus 0 is 0. 9 minus 8 is 1, meaning 90 minus 80 here is 10. Then add another 0. Bring it down. So it is now 100 divided by 40. Of course, the answer is 2. And 2 times 40 is 80. Subtract 80 from 100. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 8 cannot be. So borrow 1 from 100. So it is now 10 minus 8. And that is 2. Ibig sabihin, 100 minus 80, the answer is 20. Okay? Then add another 0. It is now 200 divided by 40, which is 5. 5 times 40, it is 200. And 200 minus 200, the difference is 0. Okay? By the way, wala tayong nilagay kaninang 0 before the decimal point, pwede natin siyang lagyan ng 0. So, again, look at the given remainder. It is 0. Ibig sabihin, this quotient, 0.225, is what? A terminating decimal. Next, 2 divided by 11. Is the quotient of 2 over 11 a terminating or repeating decimal? Let us check. 2 ang nasa loob, 11 ang nasa labas. How many group of 11 are there in 2? Of course, wala. So, 0. Then put a decimal point, then add 0. Our new problem now is 20 divided by 11. So, it is 1. 1 times 11 is 11. Then subtract 11 from 20. The difference is 9. Add another 0. Bring it down. So it is 90 divided by 11. Of course, the answer is 8. And 8 times 11, it is 80, what? 8. Okay? Then 90 minus 88, the difference is 2. So if you notice, bumalik ka na ulit sa 2 divided by 11. Meaning to say, mauulit na ulit ang iyong mga sagot. So in this case, ano ngayon ang 0.18 quotient? This can be repeated, kaya lagyan natin ng vinculum sa taas ng 18. And of course, dahil may vinculum symbol, ibig sabihin, our quotient is what? A repeating decimal. So, this is it. Example number 4 is 6 divided by 13. 6 ang nasa loob, 13 ang nasa labas. Is it a terminating or repeating decimal? Yung kayang quotient niya ay terminating or repeating decimal. So again, let us check. 6 divided by 13 cannot be. So write 0 on top of 6. Then put a decimal point, then add 0. It is now 60 divided by 13. So, ang sagot, 4. 4 times 13 is 52. Then, subtract 60 and 52. So, the difference is 8. Add 0. Bring it down. 80 divided by 13, the answer is 6. And 6 times 13 is 78. Subtract 78 from 80, the difference is 2. Add another 0. Bring it down. It's 20 divided by 13, which is 1. 1 times 13, it is 13. Then subtract 13 from 20. The difference is 7. Add another 0. Then bring it down. 70 divided by 13, the answer is 5. And 5 times 13 is 65. So 70 minus 65, the answer is 5. Then add another 0. Bring it down, it is 50 divided by 13. The answer is 3. 3 times 13, the answer is 39. And 50 minus 39 here is what? So 10 minus 9, or 0 minus 9 cannot be, borrow 110 from 5 tenths. So it is now 10 minus 9, which is 1. And then 4 minus 3 is 1. So it is 11. Ibig sabihin, 50 minus 39 is 11. Add another 0. So we have here 110 divided by 13. So the answer is 8. And 8 times 13 is 104. Subtract it from 110. The difference is 6. So if you notice, bumalik ka na ulit sa 6 divided by 13. Ibig sabihin, dahil bumalik ka sa 6, okay, divided by 13, so ibig sabihin, this is a repeating decimal. Kung saan, alin ang naulit? Yung 4, 6, 1, 5, 3, and 8. Okay? Example number 5. 5 divided by 16. 5 ang nasa loob, 16 ang nasa labas. How many group of 16 are there in 5? Of course, wala. So put a decimal point, then add 0. 50 divided by 16, the answer is 3. 3 times 16, it is 48. And 50 minus 48, of course, is 2. Add 0, bring it down. 20 divided by 16 is 1. 1 times 16 is 16. 20 minus 16 here is 4. Then add 0, bring it down. 40 divided by 16, the answer is 2. 2 times 16 is 32. And 40 minus 32 here is 8. Add another 0, bring it down. 80 divided by 16 is what? 5. 5 times 16, it is 80. And 80 minus 80 here is 0. So, our remainder is 0. Therefore, our quotient in this problem, 5 divided by 16 is what? An example of a terminating decimal. Okay? Ayos. Write the given fractions in decimal numbers or vice versa. Number 1, 5 over 9. Ibig sabihin, dahil given a fraction, gagawin natin siyang decimal. Paano? 5 divided by 9. At this point, kayo na ang mag-divide. So, kagaya na ginawa natin kanina, from numbers 1 to 5, eto. Tapos, ibinigay ng sir ang hint kung ilang 0 lamang ang inyong pwedeng idagdag. Okay? Next. O, yan. Nilagyan natin ng decimal point. So, kayo magko-continue. Okay. Next, number 2. 3 over 20 or 3 divided by 20. 3 ang nasa loob, 20 ang nasa labas. Katulad sa number 1, kayo ang magsisolve. Lagyan na natin ng decimal point kasi you cannot divide 3 by 20. Okay? So next, we have 2 and 3/4. Well, 2 and 3/4 is a mixed number. So ang tinutukoy natin dito ay decimal. Ibig sabihin, ang isosolve nyo lang ay yung fractional part na 3/4. So, 3 ang nasa loob, 4 ang nasa labas. Now, ano ang magiging sagot sa 2 and 3/4? Well, lagyan natin ng decimal point. Tapos, kapag nakuha nyo yung quotient, okay, from 2, idadagdag nyo lang yung sagot nyo na point, kung ano man yun. Okay? So, this is our first 3 problems sa inyong module. Kaya? Kaya. Kayo pa. Okay? Next. Sample number 4. 0.25. Well, if you notice, ang ibinigay ay decimal number. Ibig sabihin, gagawin nyo naman siyang fraction. Paano? 0.25 can be read as 25 hundredths. Ibig sabihin, it is from 25 over 100. And if you notice, 25 and 100 ay pwedeng i-divide by 25. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nito, ang 25 ang common divisor of 25 and 100. Ito yung greatest common divisor of the two. So, ano kaya ang 25 divided by 25? Alam nyo, di ba? Sulat sa taas. And 100 divided by 25, alam nyo rin, isulat sa baba. And then, that is your answer on this problem number 4. Next, problem number 5 is 0.333. If you notice, naulit ba yung 3? Naulit. Pero, continuous ba? Hindi. It ends. Ibig sabihin, kasi bakit it ends? Wala naman tayong nakitang ellipses or 3 dots after nung 3 threes. Tama? Kaya, natapos siya nung tatlong 3. Ibig sabihin, pag binasa natin ito, it is 333 thousandths. Okay? Well, swerte tayo o swerte kayo kasi nagkataon na ang 333 and 1,000 ay walang common divisor kundi 1 lamang. Ibig sabihin, 333 over 1,000 is the correct answer dito sa problem number 5. Okay? Ayos. Muli po, maraming salamat sa inyong matiyagang pakikinig upang matuto dito sa aking channel, Sir Joel. But please do not forget to click like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell button for more notifications. Thank you, thank you!